An amazing day to all. This is Teacher Dan Rugayan, and welcome to another episode of our letter review session. So, in this episode, we're going to have Science Majorship with focus on Earth Science. So, let me first share my slide. I hope you have your paper and pen with you para sabayan nyo ako muli no, sa ating pagsasagot ng mga items sa ating video in this episode. So this will be our review drill number two under science majorship. Okay? So before we proceed, of course, we have to be reminded no, of our goal that is to pass and even top the board licensure examination for professional teachers. So this is part of our early preparation for your upcoming board exam. And I know you have that drive, that passion to really prepare and to really top the board exam. So, and because of that, let's manifest and claim you will pass the board exam. Okay? So the review focus no, in this episode is on earth science, as I mentioned, particularly on meteorology and astronomy. So we will be covering two learning outcomes based on the enhanced table of specifications, particularly demonstrate the characteristics of non-Earth bodies and phenomena such as the sun, moon, stars, planets, etc. We will also describe 1.4 describe the benefits derived from space exploration. So the questions no in this episode will revolve around these two learning outcomes. All right. So the first question. The Mercurian year rounded to the closest day is equal to A 45 days, B 59 days, C 88 days, D 117 days. What is the answer? Future top notchers. All right, of course, this is 88 days. That's correct. Letter C is the answer, 88 days. So 1 year in the planet Mercury is equivalent to 88 Earth days. All right, so if we're going to check the length of a year on other planets, so we have, of course, Mercury, as I mentioned, 88 days. Venus, 225 days. Earth is 365 days, no? But kapag sa board exam at uh, tinanong no the length of the revolution of the planet Earth, let's be accurate, so that is 365.25 days. Kung walang ganon, 365 days, no? Kaya nga every um leap year, no, every leap year, which is every 4 years, nagkakaroon tayo ng total days na 366. Okay? Then for Mars, we have 687 days, which is of course approximately 2 years. Jupiter, we have 4,333 days. Napakatagal, no? Which is approximately 12 years, diba? So 12 years on Earth is just a one revolution or one year no, in the planet Jupiter. Then for Saturn, we have 10,759 days, which is of course equivalent to 29 years. Grabe, di ba? Tagal. Then for Uranus, 30,687 days or equivalent to 84 years, 'di ba? Sobrang tagal. Mas matagal naman tong sa Uranus. 84 years, isang taon. And then of course, we have Neptune, 60,190 days or equivalent to 165, no? 165 years. Grabe. Sobrang tagal. So, ibig sabihin, kung sa Earth ka, 165 uh, years ka na, pero pag pupunta ka sa Neptune, 1 year old ka pa lang. Kasi nga, yung isang taon sa Neptune ay 165 years sa Earth. Okay, so that is on the length of a year. And when we talk about length of a year, we actually pertain to revolution. Okay? We're pertaining to revolution. It's movement around the sun. So when a planet moves around the sun, that is revolution. But when a planet spins around in itself, that is rotation. Next question, springtide occurs during which of the following moon phases? A, first quarter, B, new, C, new gibbous, D, new crescent. So, kailan daw nangyayari ang springtide? Of course, it occurs every Okay, new moon or full moon. Basically, spring tide occurs during a new moon or full moon, no? Caused by the alignment of the sun and the moon. While neap tide, it actually occurs during first quarter and third quarter where the sun and moon are at their least aligned. So basically, pag spring tide, ayan, naka-align, sun, moon, and the earth. While for neap tide, at least lang. No? At least, nasa least aligned points. Okay? So tatandaan, spring tide, new moon, full moon, neap tide, first quarter, third quarter. Okay? Next question. The tail of a comet points in what direction? A, toward the sun. B, toward the earth. C, behind the comet in its orbit. D, away from the sun. Okay, of course, the tail of a comet always points out, okay, points away from the sun. So remember that comet's tail actually points away from the sun. Okay? And if the board exam will tell you or will ask you about the main parts, so we have three main parts of a comet. These are the nucleus, the comma, and the tail. Remember that the nucleus, the comma, and the tail. Right? Next question. Why do we call an astronomical body a black hole? A, it is a huge star that appears black at its center. B, its gravity is so high that it absorbs its own photons. C, it represents lack of matter in a portion of space. Or letter D, it is a dead planet. Hmm. What is the reason why we call it black? All right, of course, the answer is letter B. Its gravity is so high that it absorbs its own. Okay? So that's why we call it black hole. Remember, a black hole is an area of a space with such intense gravity that nothing, not even light, can escape. Okay? That is why the light are being absorbed. Okay? And of course, the light cannot be emitted. So gravity may affect light, no? Despite the fact, no, that light has no. Remember that light has no. Okay. Next question. What is the approximate age of our sun? A, 1 billion years. Two, B, 2 billion years. C, 5 billion years. D, 20 billion years. Pag tinanong to sa board exam, na isasagot natin, the approximate age of our sun, of course, that is 5 billion. Approximately 5 billion years. So pag tinanong naman kayo, what is the approximate shape of our Earth? No? Anong isasagot? Pag what is the approximate shape of our Earth? The answer is sphere. Because the accurate, no, shape of the Earth is oblate sphere. But pag walang oblate spheroid, hanapin natin yung approximate, that is sphere. Right? So for the sun, it's actually 4.6 billion year old. No? It's a yellow dwarf star. So pag tinanong sa board exam, anong kulay? What is the color of the sun? No? Because the sun is a star. So what particular color? That is yellow. Yellow dwarf star. So it's a hot glowing ball of what two major elements? We have, of course, hydrogen and helium. Element 1 and, of course, element 2. Okay? Then about 93 million miles or 150 million kilometer from Earth. Okay? And the solar system's only star. So pag tinanong sa board exam, what is the only star in the solar system? Alam nyo isasagot, sun. Itinatawag din tong Sol. S-O-L. Kaya siya solar system. System of the Sol. And Sol is our sun. Okay? Next question, which of the following planets features the largest circular storm in our solar system? A, Venus. B, Earth. C, Jupiter. D, Uranus. Kung nakita, largest circular storm in our solar system, anong planeta yan? What's your answer, future top notcher? That is Jupiter. Letter C is the answer. Okay, so Jupiter is, of course, also considered as our largest planet in the solar system. What's the smallest? Of course, that's Mercury. And that particular circular storm is what we call the Great Red Spot, the long-lived enormous storm system in the planet. So we call it the GRS or the Great Red Spot. So pag tinanong din sa board exam, what is the largest moon of Jupiter? Of course, Ganymede. And Ganymede is also the largest moon or satellite in the solar system. So pag nakita nyo, Job, sino ba si Job? Job is actually another name for Jupiter. Okay, Job is actually the older name of the Roman god of sky and thunder. Remember that Jupiter is the Roman god of sky and thunder. Its old name is Job. Kaya nga meron tayong two classifications of planets in the solar system. The inner planet, no? Or we call it the terrestrial planets, and the outer planets, or what we call the gaseous planets, or tinatawag din siyang Jovian planets. Why Jovian? Kasi we start from Jupiter. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So these four are actually classified as Jovian planets or gaseous planets, while Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars are actually our terrestrial planets. May tatandaan. Okay? Which of the following statements best characterizes the solar system's current model? A. The sun orbits planets and the moon orbits Earth. Okay? B. The sun orbits planets and Earth orbits the moon. C. Planets orbit the sun and the moon orbits Earth. D. Planets orbit the sun and Earth orbits the moon. Okay? So medyo confusing siya, no? Pero of course, very obvious ang tamang sagot. No? The current model is of course what letter? Future LPTs. Okay? Yes, that is letter C. Planets orbit the sun and the moon orbits the Earth. Okay? So what particular model when planets orbit the sun? So we call it the heliocentric model, where of course the sun is at the center of the solar system. And of course, moon, no, in our current setting, moon orbits the Earth. Ayan. So geocentric model naman is the Earth is at the center of the solar system. So the earliest proponent of this is Eudoxus. So he actually proposed that the Earth is where the planets and even the sun and even the satellites revolve around. And in-advocate to, mas lalong nakilala ang geocentric model uh, dahil in-advocate to ni Ptolemy, no, of Alexandria. While heliocentric model proposes that Earth and planets revolve around the sun at the center of the universe, which is of course uh, the current model that we have. Okay? And then it was actually earlier proposed by Aristarchus of Samos and was advocated, no, by Nicholas Copernicus. No? Pag nakita sa board exam, Nicholas Copernicus is to heliocentric model, Ptolemy is to geocentric model. Baka ipa-analogy nito. Ay, tatandaan. Okay, next question. The boulders that penetrate the Earth's atmosphere and leave a path all the way to the ground without totally burning up are known as A. Meteorites, B. Meteors, C. Meteor, D. Asteroids. Okay? Nagkamali ako rito. Nadoble ko. Okay? Dapat yung isa dito meteoroid. Pero anyway, okay lang. Okay, what is the answer? Future LPT. Siyempre, napaka-obvious ng sagot. Okay, na-penetrate ang Earth's atmosphere. And then, dumiretso hanggang sa ground, no? Without totally burning up, of course, these are meteorites. Okay, so meteorites ang tawag doon, di ba? So kapag nakita sa board exam, when it reached the Earth's ground, no, that is already called meteorite. So, meteors. Siguro, nawala akong type ko dito, meteorite ito. So, meteors, then meteorite. Okay, but of course, syempre, letter A naman yung sagot. Okay? Sometimes, CPRC din, nagkakaroon ng typographical error. So, you have to be you have to use your common sense. Kahit sa tingin nyo, wala kang sagot sa pagpipila, piliin yung pinakamalapit. Alright? I'd like to explain, this illustration. Okay. So, eto, meteoroid, no, these are actually celestial objects, no, in space. And then once meteoroid, no, enters the atmosphere of the Earth, no, we call it the meteor. Kaya nakakakita tayo ng meteor shower, no? These are actually the shooting stars. Ayan. Ginagawa nyo kapag shooting star, nagwi-wish kayo. So, alam ko kung ano yung wish nyo ngayon. Okay? So, wish nyo ay makapasa at bonus mag-top sa board exam. Okay? So kaya lagi nyo akong sasamahan sa pagre-review natin. And of course, meteorite, kapag ito ay tumama na or na-reach na yung ground, yung na-reach na yung Earth. So basically, we now call it the meteorite. So meteoroid, meteorite. Okay? Next, all of the following are direct benefits of space exploration except A. Generation of scientific knowledge. B. Diffusion of innovation and creation of markets. C. Agreements forged between the countries engaged in exploration. Or letter D. There are cost considerations to look at with space exploration. Okay? So these are all direct benefits, except. What is the exemption? Of course, that is letter, yes, letter D. There are cost considerations to look at with space exploration. Kaya nga, there's a long debate between funding space explorations or funding the countries which are actually experiencing extreme hunger. So may mga ganon, no? Yung balancing the needs, no, of the people on Earth or our space exploration. Okay, so letter D is the answer because this is not a direct benefit. Of course, we generate knowledge, we diffuse innovation, and we forge collaboration in other countries. Okay? So I'd like to mention that if ever lang, no, laging tinatanong din sa board exam, pag tinanong, the first ever microsatellite of the Philippines launched the ISS, or International Space Station, that is Diwata the First. No? Kapag papalitan nila ng pangalan, kung wala kayong makitang Diwata the First, that is PL Microsat the First. No? PL or Philippine. No? PL Microsat the First. But usually, Diwata the First yung tinatanong. Tinatanong ko sa Gen Ed. Malay nyo, ilagay sa majorship, lalo ngayon na science majorship, covering our earth science, particularly astronomy. So it was actually launched in March 23, 2016, no, to do scientific earth observation. Okay? So again, first Philippine microsatellite, Diwata the First. Pero kapag ang tanong naman is first Philippine nanosatellite, so that is Maya the First. So Maya the First is the first nanosatellite of the Philippines launched on June 29, 2018. So 2 years after na-launch yung Diwata the First, it was launched in June 2018 as the first nanosatellite of the Philippines. Maya the First. Matatandaan. Alright? Okay, next question. Which of the following are indirect benefits of space exploration? A. Economic prosperity. B. Environmental benefits. C. Human experiences expanded. All of them. Anong sagot? Science majors. Okay? Of course, all of the above. So these are all indirect benefits of space exploration. The previous question, you have seen the direct benefits, and these are now the indirect benefits. I'd like to share the infographics made by International Space Exploration Coordination Group in 2013 on the direct benefits and indirect benefits of space exploration. So for the direct benefits, people are inspired, scientific knowledge is generated, as we mentioned, national technical competence is improved, innovation is transferred to new applications, capacity and productivity of working space are enhanced, market for space products and services are created because, of course, astronauts need these materials for the mission. And of course, international space exploration partnerships are strengthened between and among countries. Now, for the indirect benefits, this include economic prosperity, health, environmental benefits, safety and security, human experience expanded, understanding of humankind's place in the universe is enhanced. That's why we do have our astronomy subject, no, under the science curriculum, no, to really, appreciate, no, the beauty of space exploration and the benefits that we derive from it. All right? So, yun. Okay? Ayan, that ends na our letter review drill, no, for these particular review focus on astronomy, particularly on the celestial objects and space exploration methods. And before I end, I'd like to leave you these a bit of wisdom, bit word of wisdom from Tony Robbins. He said, setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. You might feel that it's still invisible in your probably in your vision, that you will have it, or that you will have that addendum, the LPT. But of course, if you set goal, no, if you set that goal to pass the board exam, to top the board exam, these particular invisible dream will become visible. No? So of course, setting goal will actually be coupled, must be coupled with, of course, our perseverance. So ating pagsusumikap, pagpupunyagi, pagsisikay, pagtsatsaga, pagsipag, pagsasakripisyo. That's why we are really investing time and effort, no, in the review that we are doing. So salamat, no, for joining me, no, once again in this episode. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe para you will be updated sa lahat ng ating mga letter review videos na upload pa. Alright, so marami pong salamat, no, till our next review